House in your head, house in your wallet. No discipline, no capital. You are not poor. You were training your whole life to be convenient. Convenient for the system, convenient for an employer, convenient for someone else's intentions. Because you are selling your time and energy, not a part of the result. Hi, this is Ivan Marchena, Chief Communication Officer at Elens. And today I would like to talk about one interesting topic. Get rich in a year with this strategy. Let's start with something harsh. You are not poor. You were training your whole life to be convenient. Convenient for the system, convenient for an employer, convenient for someone else's intentions. And unless you face that head on, no financial hacks will save you. This isn't a video about how to set up for a new iPhone. This is about how to stop living like a training pawn and actually change your life through mindsets, structure, habits, and what you feed your brain every day. Let's go. You are not poor, you are someone's convenient assets. Let's skip the childhood nostalgia and talk economics. Every system has two types of players. Those who own resource and write the rules, and those who service those resources and live by the rules. Want a cold fact? You never been in the first category. You were training to be a predictable, manageable asset inside someone else's system. How people are turning into convenient workers. Strip away all the motivational stuff. The picture is simple. School doesn't teach you to think, it teaches you to obey schedules, check boxes, and grading rubrics. Your value isn't in how you think, it's in how well you match the correct answers. Then comes university. Either way, you only strengthen this role model. You are a future cock. Your profession is your identity. Who are you? Accountant, lawyer, manager? Next comes the HR machine. Here's how your value is measured. How manageable you are. How little you resist. How well you follow tasks. How quietly you tolerate nonsense. And how few uncomfortable questions you ask. The system invests in making you convenient. You can work. Great. You stay silent when something's wrong? Even better. You tolerate extra hours without pushing back? Perfect. That's what convenient means. Not poor, not stupid, not weak. Convenient. You were sold a fake formula of cause and effect. The most elegant part of this whole setup is the light that holds it together. Work more, earn more. Sounds honest, feels fair, and it's perfect for keeping you from asking the wrong question. But in the real economy, this formula only works until you hit a certain level. Cashier, career, manager, doctor, marketer, doesn't matter who you are. You can double your effort, but your income won't double. You can be the best in your department and you're still replaceable, disposable, sweepable. Why? Because you are selling your time and energy, not a part of the result. The real gain and why no one told you about it. There is a second formula, the one people only whisper about: whoever owns earns. Ownership doesn't have to mean I bought a factory. It means a stake in a product that generates revenue, a stake in a company, a project, a platform, a piece of capital assets that produce cash flow even when you are not touching them. Imagine two people spending 10 years of their life. One spent all 10 selling hours and waiting for promotions. The other spent those 10 years dedicating part of their energy into ownership, stakes, assets, products, systems. 10 years later, the first say, I am tired, but I'm hanging in there. The second say, I'm tired too, but now my tiredness is worth. Because I built a structure that works even when I don't. Convenient is not a personality trait, it's a business model. Here is a hard truth you need to swallow. Your convenience is profitable to someone. A convenient employee equals tasks done quietly. A convenient customer equal predictable revenue for brands and banks. A convenient taxpayer equal smooth budgets with no protest. A convenient person doesn't dig into the structure, doesn't check someone else's margin, doesn't ask why am I not getting a share, doesn't question how the system works. At best, they look for a nicer job. You are not poor, you are put into someone else's business model as a control component with a pre-writing script. Study, work, don't risk, wait for retirement. And if you're feeling angry right now, that's fine. That's the moment when the fog lifts from I just didn't try hard enough to I was being used because it was convenient. The real breakthrough isn't earning more. This is where most motivational speeches fall apart. People tell you, make more money, upgrade your skills, increase your market value. Sure, it sounds productive, but it's the same logic of being convenient. Just wrap it in a more expensive package. You are still selling yourself, selling your time, selling your effort, just a different rate. The real shift starts the moment you ask a different question. What do I want to own? Not just service, not how do I grind harder, but where do I want a share? What products, projects, assets can I build or support in a way that give me ownership of the outcomes, not just a paycheck? How do I convert part of my energy from effort into capital? Until this question appears in your life, everything else is just cosmetics. You don't have to become difficult for everyone, but you do have to stop being convenient for the system. The system won't collapse if you start thinking differently. But your life will finally stop feeling like one long, just a bit more. I will survive. Becoming inconvenient doesn't mean starting fights with people. It means becoming inconvenient for the script. Work, stay, quiet, consume. It means being inconvenient for the belief that your entire potential is an hourly rate. Being inconvenient for the idea that everyone lives like this, so it must be normal. In practice, it starts with small shifts. You stop saying yes automatically. You start calculating margins, yours and theirs. You start looking for setups where you are not just a worker but a co-owner. You start walking away from roles and contracts designed to reward obedience more than contributions. That's the moment you stop being convenient and start being dangerous. Not dangerous to people, dangerous to the very idea that you're supposed to live your whole life like a well-trained unit. Money flows where it feels safe. Now, let's talk about money. Forget cash and bank's balance for a minute. Imagine money as energy. Energy has simple rules. It won't go where there's house, and it doesn't stay where it gets drained to zero. Money works the same way. It flows toward place with order, clarity, structure, and transparent rules. Successful people don't manifest income with affirmations. They build an environment where money actually feels safe. Most people, their reality looks like this. I kinda know what I earn. I have no idea where it all disappears. It's a raw period, I will sort things out later. Investing is scary, complicated, not the right time. That's a leaking bucket. Here is what happens. You increase the inflow, you make more, but the system can't hold it, everything spills out. House in your head, house in your wallet. No discipline, no capital. And the opposite is also true where there is a structure tracking income and expenses. A conscious budget, a clear split. This is my safety cushion, this is my investing part, this is my risk bucket, a transparent snapshot of what you own and what you owe money actually start sticking around. Not because the universe feels sorry for you, but because the energy stopped leaking. You want magic? Here it is. You start tracking number. You stop lying to yourself about money. You organize your flows. You allocate a fixed percentage into capital, and 36 months later you realize There was no miracle, but you really do have more money and a calmer life. That's the first layer of change. Without it, everything that comes next is pointless. The rich read reports, the poor read news and trash. Now, let's hit the most painful spot. What do you feed your mind every day? Poor thinking doesn't mean low bank balance, it means living as a lifetime consumer of mental junk. A typical day looked like this: news, headlines, fear, panic, Telegram channels stuffed with insider tips and opinions, TikTok, shorts, reels, an endless drip of short, useless distraction. Celebrity drama, reactions, breakdowns of breakdowns, and so on. It's all the same product, someone else's noise in exchange for your time and energy. The news screens. Trash content yells even louder. Algorithms dump more and more on you as long as you keep tapping. And suddenly you have burned through. An hour of news, an hour of social feeds, an hour in a market chat where 90% of people are just venting. And what do you get out of it? Anxiety, fatigue, the feeling that everything is dangerous and complicated and zero real decisions. You are emotionally drained but haven't moved even on one step. Not in understanding the market, not in understanding yourself, not in building capital. Now, here's the other picture. People who actually manage capital, the rich, the investors, they have the same funds, same apps, same access to garbage. The difference isn't the device, the difference is the filter. A poor mindset feeds on content designed to keep you scared, jealous, angry, locked in FOMO. An investor feeds on content that helps them see reality through numbers, understand models, make decisions. A poor mind reads crisis, markets collapsing, experts in panic, new token pump 200%. Get in now. Inflation is killing everything. Do something. And they act on emotion. A rich mind looks at quarterly reports, actual capital flows, volume, liquidity, real metrics, who's entered with money, who's exiting, where funds are going, not where Telegram channels are shooting. Noise drains your energy. Analyze gives you footing. Every minute spent on trash content is a minus to your ability to think. You get addicted to the format. Give me a ready-made opinion. Tell me what to think. Tell me who to hate, who to admire. And the opening a 20-page financial report feels physically painful. No drama, no hero, no villain, no spectacle. But that's where the decision lives. The one rich people used to move millions. Here is the simplest fork in the road. You either absorb garbage content and live by others' emotion, or you learn to analyze dry numbers and start living by your own decisions. And no, this isn't about quitting social media forever. It's about stopping the industrial scale self-poisoning. Keep online content as a dessert, but focus on this: books, breakdowns, reports, analytics, experts who show data in the first place. The rich read reports, the poor read news, comments on the news, and comments on the comments. It's not about intelligence, it's about feeding your mind with the right food. Mindset that shape reality, just not the way infogurus sells. Let's talk about a phrase that's been turning into a joke. Your mindset shapes your reality. On one hand, yes, it's true. On the other hand, it's being put into a bunch of stupid affirmations. I am rich, I am successful, money loves me, and that's it. A person repeats this while lying on the couch, and 3 weeks later complains, well, this stuff doesn't work. So, what is the real thing? Let's start with this fact. The way you think directly affects the decision you make and the action you take. If your belief is, I won't understand this anyway, you won't even start reading reports or learning how investment work. If you believe, all rich people are crooks, you will sabotage any step toward wealth because you don't want to become a bad person. If you believe nothing depends on me, you will live in the mode of the system is guilty, the boss is guilty, the country is guilty, and miss the step you can actually take. Mindset shapes three things. Your filter, you only notice what confirms your belief. Believe there is no money, then you will see proof everywhere. Believe opportunities exist, then you will start spotting them in the small things, your decisions. The thought, I can do it, kills half your options instantly. The thought, I don't know how yet, but let's figure it out, opens the fire. Your endurance, people with the belief mistakes are unacceptable, quit at the first setback. People with the belief mistakes equal feedback, keep going, and eventually win. Affirmation alone are just empty words, but conscientious work with belief is a real tool. Example, instead of I am poor, I have no chance, try to think this way. This is my current level. My job is to build a system that raises it. Instead of I am bad with money, think, no one told me this. It makes sense, I don't know a thing, but I can learn. Instead of I am scared of losing money, say to yourself, I am scared because I have no structure. I need knowledge and a system. That's what changing your mindset actually means. Not I repeat a mantra and the universe delivers, but I rewrite my internal code to my actions start changing. In practice, it's as simple as asking yourself 2-3 questions daily. What did I believe today that limit me? How can I turn that into a question or a task? What small action can I take from this new lens? A mindset without action is fantasy. Action without mindset change is a burnout. You need both. A daily routine that actually changes your life. Okay, time for the practical part. You can leave this video inspired and change absolutely nothing. Or you can live with a set of habits that if you stick to them, will genuinely shift your life in 612 months. Let's build this combat mode. Morning. Don't start your day with your phone. First 30 minutes, no news, no messengers, no feeds. Either you control your attention or someone else does. Ask yourself 3 questions. What actually matters today for my future? What's one action I can take that moves me closer to financial freedom? How do I want to feel at the end of the day? And what will I do to get there? 1,020 minutes of valuable reading. A book, a report, a case breakdown, analytics. No motivation, actually knowledge. This is your daily firmware update. Day. Information diet set limits. Social media 3,040 minutes a day. News once a day, only in digest form or from a specific source. Everything else equal work, learning, action. 1 micro step per day. Every day something tiny. Lock your expenses, send a part of income to your investment account, read a few pages of a financial report or article, study one new topic. Don't chase heroics, chase consistency. Environment, do one small thing daily toward people who care about growth, money, projects. Message someone you wanted to talk to, ask a question to someone more experienced. Join a community in your file, not a dumb scrolling pit full of complaints. Evening, quit daily check-in. What did I do today for other people's goals? What did I do for mine? Where did I waste my attention? What can I do differently tomorrow? Turn off the noise 12 hours before sleep. No news, no heavy conversations. Your brain needs time to integrate the day, not meltdown. Mini plan for tomorrow, 3 items. 1 work task, 1 money capital task, 1 health body task. These things sound simple, but these exact bricks will build your new reality. The full toolkit, how to actually change your trajectory. Let's put everything into one simple, realistic plan. Step 1. Do an honest audit. Write down honestly where you are right now. How much you earn, how much you spend, and on what. Any debts or obligations? What assets you have, even if it's literally zero. Then look at where your time goes. How many hours you spend on your phone? Which apps you open the most? What channels or accounts you follow? It feels uncomfortable. But without these steps, you're basically guessing about your life. Step 2. Build a basic financial system. Track your money. Any app or spreadsheet works. Then decide on a simple structure. Such amount goes to your safety caution. Such amount goes to investment, building capital. The rest covers your life. Start tiny if you need to. Even 510% is a million times better than zero. Step 3. Clean up your information space. Unfollow accounts that feed fear, comparison, or negativity. Give you emotions, but zero value. Keep just a few good sources. 1-2 places that give real analysis. 1-2 places who actually share numbers and processes, not just motivation. Turn on screen time limits and don't forget to stick to them. Step 4. Train your mindset. Every day, try to catch at least one belief that's holding you back. Then turn it into a question. Instead of, I don't understand investing, ask, what do I need to learn this month to understand the basics? And track your small wins. Any step you take despite fear or laziness counts. Your mindset doesn't change in a week. But if you skip this part, you will keep falling back into the same patterns. Step 5. Start making small ownership bets. Ask yourself, where can I stop selling only my time and start owning something? This could be a small stake in a project where you contribute skills, not just money. Crowd lending or investing in real businesses through platforms you understand. Tokens that actually have utility and a revenue model. The goal isn't to become an investor overnight. The goal is to take one small step each month away from I just work and toward I own something. If we boil everything down into one idea, it's this. You are not poor, you're just living like someone who's overloaded, distracted, and easy to influence. If you want a different life, start living like an owner, not a customer. An owner is someone who takes responsibility for their mindset, filter what they allow into their brain, builds a simple structure around their money, makes decisions based on numbers, not headlines, and builds habits that pull them upward. And honestly, if you are made this far, you already have something most people don't. The awareness that something isn't working and the willingness to change it. So now the only real question is, are you going to scroll back into the feed and keep consuming things that make you weaker? Or are you actually going to start implementing the steps we talk about? You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just pick 3 small things you will do today. Set screen limits. Start tracking your money. Write down your limiting belief. Decide what part of your income you will put toward building capital. Read your first report instead of another news tweet. That's the moment you stop being manageable and start building your own game. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to hit like and drop a comment with the habits or hacks that help you level up. There is so much more we can dive into in this format, and if you are into it, we will keep going. See you soon.